two things in this world, and that's energy and matter, which is really what you've been covering just recently. Would you say that within that fabulous book, Think and Grow Rich, those 13 principles, would you say that Napoleon Hill's work, he really encapsulated what thought is really about? Thought would that bring, well, it doesn't even bring a positive result. Depending on how you think, you're going to get the result of whatever it is. So if you're thinking negatively, you'll get that, and if you think positively, you'll get that. Do you think in those 13 principles, he pretty much nailed it? Is what I
Oh yeah, sure he did. And here, look. You're a spiritual being. You've been gifted with an intellect. You live in a physical body. Spirit is omnipresent. These are thoughts. Thoughts are omnipresent. There's nowhere where a thought is not. We have the ability, through activating our intellectual factor, to tap into thoughts, pull them together, and build an idea. Ideas are of an intellectual or an astral nature. Thoughts are of a spiritual nature. And if you hold that idea, it's like Andrew Carnegie said, any idea that's held in the mind, any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, it's either feared or revered, begins at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. It moves into form, results. Now, in religious terms, that would be called prayer. Most people think this is prayer. God help me, that's making a noise on your knees. Prayer is the movement that takes place between spirit and form, with and through us. All our prayers are answered, every one of them. But you've got to go back and listen to what Carnegie said. Any idea that is held in the mind, that's emphasized, that you really focus on, that's either feared or revered. Because there you go back to the good and the bad again. In the Bible, the great sufferer Job says, lo, the thing I fear has come to visit upon me. Well, we know that. Worry leads to fear, and whatever you fear, you're going to attract because you move into that vibration. But whatever you love, you'll attract. So you see, we have a choice of what idea we're going to think. Make sense? Even in Greece.
Just one more question. If somebody were to say to you, yeah, this is all great, but you know, Napoleon Hill's first principle is desire. And somebody said, but I don't really have a desire. What would you say to that?
Well, they really do and don't know it. The heart's desire is for greater growth. The heart is the essence of who you are. Desire starts with want. Wants are of an intellectual nature. That's why we should go after what we want. You don't go after what you think you can do. You don't go after what you know you can do. What you really want. Now the problem with that is, the thing you really want, you don't know how to do it. And the truth is, you don't have to know how to do it. You only have to know you're going to do it. But you see, as little kids, we'd go, Mommy, Daddy, I want, and they'd say, now how are you going to do that? Kid doesn't know how they're going to do it, and so all of a sudden it's shot down. Because they don't know how to do it, they have to let it go. Well, when we get older, we think I want, but we don't know how to do it, so we let it go. We've got to understand, if we want it, we can do it. Want comes from the spiritual essence of who you are. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. It requires no modification, no improvement. What we want to do is become aware. And wants come from deep inside. And then you've got to turn that want into a desire. And desire is the idea inside, seeking expression outside through our action. The desire actually comes from the Latin desire, to give birth to the children. Honor the mother and father, the male and female factor in your personality, so the days of your children will be long. We've got to get into the non-physical meaning of things, because that's where it's all at. Okay?